Hey, what's the deal, man? It's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording, it is 6:28 p.m. You know what I mean? January the 16th, 2025. You know what I'm saying? And, in the midst of me making the video about Megan Bayne and such, there was a big announcement from WWE that pertains to TNA, right? And if you hear stuff like this in the background, it's because I'm setting up my alarm for tomorrow. Because I got work in the morning. So WWE announced that they will be going into a multi-year relationship partnership with TNA, right? And basically, you're going to see a lot more WWE stuff on TNA and vice versa, right? And this is great on both parts because, it tells me that TNA is basically working with, Anthem. Anthem is basically working with, sorry about that, I'm taking the piss. Anthem is basically going to be working with Endeavor in big ways, right? What I also do think this means as well is, if TNA is working with WWE, I could just imagine maybe, and just possibly maybe, Invicta might be working with UFC. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never really know. And, there are a lot of excitement with this partnership, right? And my thing is this, right? So I think with this partnership, we're going to be seeing there's going to be a lot of talent jumping back and forth, beginning on Sunday with Genesis, right? Because they even got the NXT logo on there, right? So this is what I think is going to happen. So I remember I made a video, and you can check it out, where I said that WWE is going to wind up snatching up Masa Slamovich the same way that they snatched up Jordan Grace, right? And I still stick by that settlement. What I think this is going to happen is, I think now TNA is going to be looked at as WWE's development. I'm not developmental, but their so-called, indie view, where, they get to put these people with, that they got it from the WWE ID program onto TNA, and they can have them work TNA and all this other cool stuff, and they could put them in their, in their resume, right? Because TNA, this basically blows away anything that I thought about with TNA. I thought, that TNA was basically just gonna, sit down on their own, which it's still the case because they need WWE. This proves that they need WWE more than WWE needs them. You know what I mean? And do I think they will sell out the UBS Arena? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I do think they will sell out, that UBS Arena show. But it's now with the help of WWE. And again, this goes good in both ways, because whenever WWE needs footage for stuff, or whenever they bring somebody in, from TNA, or when they bring a free agent, and like I said, this is going to be like Evolve, where, they have set wrestlers signed with WWE, and they have them go to Evolve, but for footage purposes, this is almost the same thing, but at a much higher level. And again, this TNA we're talking about. So the possibilities are endless. If they're going to my thing is this, if they are going to a multi-year partnership with TNA and vice versa, one would have to expect that a lot of these people are going to wind up going to WWE, going to the main roster, right? Because they can say that they've already worked the main roster, right? I mean, they've worked NXT, and like I said, this to me benefits the people in the WWE ID program because again, they can get seasoning, from, they can basically get seasoning, for their skills and everything. And, they can go to TNA. And mind you, TNA needs the star power. So they can go and use these people to, to help develop them and such. And also at the same time, you're also giving TNA stars. You're helping them get stars, on there so that they, so that they can replenish the people who they're going to lose, right? Because like I said, Jordan Grace is basically WWE bound. Josh Alexander's WWE bound. Joe Hendry's WWE bound, And this creates for awesome matchups. Not only awesome matchups, but also the pay-per-view that we want to see. We want to see, where worlds collide. And I do think you're going to see a lot of TNA around WWE PLEs and such, especially WrestleMania weekend. I am expecting a TNA presence in WWE or around WrestleMania weekend. I'm expecting it, And the other thing too is, TNA really does not have to worry about losing people to WWE if this is a partnership. This is more of an easy transition, right? So, to compensate who they lose, WWE will more than likely, and this is what, I'm just spitballing here, WWE will more than likely, give them some of the WWE ID program guys and such, guys and girls and such, because again, they, these people are fucking good. You know what I'm saying? So, and I expect it, and of course, some of the NXT, some of the NXT people they could develop, and there are a lot of people from TNA that I would love to see in WWE now more than ever, more than fucking ever. I mean, Hammerstone is one. Hammerstone is clearly one. You know what I mean? Hammerstone is, oh man, forget about it. Who else? Jake something I could see. Fucking Ace Austin. There's a bunch of guys there, and also, this also opens the door for some people to eventually go back to WWE, right? So maybe Nick Nemeth, maybe Ash by Elegance, who else? Moose. Moose. Even though I don't want to see Moose there. But the scary part in all this too is Tessa Blanchard. That scares me because, again, I'm beyond critical of Tessa Blanchard. Very, very critical. But I also did say that WWE Endeavor just might as well just buy out TNA. Now, just fucking buy them out. Because it's like, once you sign with TNA, your pipeline is basically WWE. Now with this partnership, they are exclusive to WWE. Bar none. They're exclusive to it. So, no matter who you bring in, or who they sign, it really doesn't matter. Now you're exclusive to WWE. So WWE lets people go. You know what I mean? Why the fuck would TNA want to sign them if they're in an exclusive partnership with WWE? And basically, it's almost like, they're still in the WWE system. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. It legit doesn't make sense. So let these motherfuckers go out like fucking, Baron Corbin. I hear people say, oh, they should sign with TNA. Why the fuck would you want to sign with TNA if you could just stay with WWE? You know what I mean? Or WWE fires you, you might as well just, stay within the system. You're going to sign with fucking, with fucking TNA. It doesn't make sense, And again, this is really good for the WWE ID folks, because again, even though WWE is more than likely going to sign out all these people to eventually jump onto the main roster, because they, it's like they've gone through NXT, again, you're replenishing. You are replenishing. And I think that's a smart move from WWE to loan them some of the WWE ID talents and some of the talents that they might use or might have used from Level Up. Because there are a lot of talents. There clearly are a lot of talents that could use the seasoning. So I think this is a win on both parts and such. This is a clear win. It's gonna be something. Also, this is a middle finger to AEW as well. So I'm about to be out, guys. I'm done for the night with videos. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to holler at y'all. Peace.